Abusuya asem aba NPP looters no sisi ade abusuya obia de nanim etete na asem bi asi e political highway ni so abusuya on subscribe ya subscribe na hit on the notification bell so na any update be drop no one so onsa ebi to me akabina abusuya den na ekoso e political highway ni so eye Auditors General Report ene lawyer Martin Pebu waba be Western eye case no abusuya sisi an ya order eye Auditor General say Umbra Bontina on dropping names of NPP criminal former appointees involved in that corruption scandal. Abusuya it is sisi ade o ho ano wate Mr. Asumesi Susu enso udin apm Lawyer Martin Pebu say Auditor General and drop his anchor funding na yen shame omo publicly. Abusuya inti oshe honorable Susu enso ni ya bolding ewo abonten say uyo kromfo we wia omani sika. Abusuya assembly eno ena ama NPP former criminal appointees are involved in many scandals no. Abusuya sisia obia yam hwehwe no tension aba NPP headquarters abusuya enya asem keto akra enti no lawyer Martin Pebu nensema a oka no o se Auditor General and drop a list in any many ya abusuya mama yakona yam konkoti ensema lawyer Martin Pebu edit da unsubscribe ya subscribe
lawyer Martin Pebu in this same audit what we told is that some 89.4 million was said to have been paid to 5 banks, classified as 1D, 1F interest payment.
Yeah.
But all these 5 banks, when they were contacted, said, look, we don't have any records of such amounts being paid to them. Quite concerning, to say the least, is it not?
Yes, but I'm not surprised.
Why?
Not surprised because that's been our stock in trade. You know, this thing didn't start today. I'm sure you have this in Domlevo on. You hear Auditor General, previous Auditor General say it. And that's how come I'm mad that Johnson Ekwuamwe said he's still in office.
Why?
I mean, come on, that shows that they were doing a poor job. You see, we've always been saying that, look, Ekwuamwe said he's not up to this job.
He's not. General?
Or the Auditor General.
Who conducted this audit?
No, they added the private sector people.
Yeah,
These things, look.
And,
yes. Yeah. The other private sector people, because he sat in there, he didn't see or colluded. That's what we say.
How do you even make that conclusion?
Very good. You see the part that is the bank transfer advice. Bank transfer advice, yes. That one means that that's at the last stage with the governor for them to be paid. And that would have passed through the Auditor General's office. This one. This one, yes.
Almost 18.3 billion?
Yes. The controller people. After controller, etc., goes to the, what do you call it, the Bank of Ghana, etc. So all this while, what were they doing? All this while.
So you'll be questioning elements within the Auditor General's department,
yeah.
And not the person who is leading that.
Good.
Has he been the one to...
Good. So now let's come. So for it to have gone through the whole value chain, you know this one, let's understand the value chain. You know this 18, it goes through many steps, even sometimes to the regional and district levels. It comes all the way, validation, way to the top, controller, Bank of Ghana. Okay, the ministries there, the technical people, they all do. They assess it, pass, go on, right? And then to BOG. And we're saying that these things that you are talking about, didn't they happen in the previous years? During the Auditor General audit, and then also, of course, we will lay some of the blame at the internal audit agency. You know, they are inside the institutions, right? They too, they are supposed. Oh, there's one of them that the internal auditor passed the stores receipt. Do you have the slide for it as part of the report? Stores receipts advice. Yes, the internal auditor passed. So you see, it's a whole organized crime, a whole criminal enterprise. And I'm saying that so to the top. And Auditor General, the last stop, when you audit, okay, and you're not able to see, what are you doing there? So it's not the only one, but I'm just saying that, that's the last stop. External audit, you go and do, you don't see. And then a new government comes and has to do what? A special audit. You see, has to do a special audit. And I'm saying that some of these things, the recycle things, You see, about 4 billion of it, let's go through, about 4 billion of it is recycled. Payments that have already been made in years past. But because now there is opportunity, because there's a new government. So that's what I'm saying, that so throughout, I'm not laying the blame at only the Auditor General, the internal auditors, the technocrats at the ministries, right, at the regional level, the district level, all of this support. That's how come I joined what Apia Kubi is mentioned, that we should have names. So let's take each specific one. Like, I'm even most interested in the 4 point, you have that slide, if you can show 4-point-something billion in recycled claims. We had already paid.
They come back for all.
Yes, something that we had already paid and finished. Then, yes, then they represented.
Yeah.
4-point-something billion, that one we had already paid. Out of the, 8.1 billion was rejected. I'm taking the bigger figures. 8.1 billion, when you check the report, 8.1 billion was rejected. Out of that 8.1 billion that was rejected, 4.1 billion are recycled claims. So claims that have already been paid, done, dusted. And these went back to the various districts, to the the regional ministries, passed on to Accra, the various ministries, and then to Controller and Accountant General, and then to Bank of Ghana. So that's what I'm saying. So let's find all the people who worked on this, all the technocrats, the consultants, etc., to the end, and all of this, name them. That Esimesi, you were in charge, and you see the ministries. When we just say Ministry of Gender, what have we said? Who was in charge at the time? Who was in charge at the time? Yeah. You see, so when it comes to Minister of Agri, Brian Champon, he wants to be president. Was he involved in one of them? Yes, I could all say, yes, Free, the one who ran for president. So it was between him, after him, then Brian Champon came. So when you see Minister of what? Agri, then quickly your mind goes to two presidential contenders of the what? NPP. When it comes to Minister of Health, then you say, hey, Kweku Ajima Menu. From the assembly.
You see, the forensic audit, the good thing about it is that it will identify the real culprits.
Yes.
It is easy to point to political heads.
Yeah.
But the real culprits may be public servants within the ministries.
But the ministers are
but the forensic audit will identify them. Yeah. Trust me, some of the times the ministers may not be involved necessarily.
Oh,
because I've been to the ministry before.
Responsibility.
Yes, yes, but he will come and explain the situation, and then you will find the culprits. They are there.
Yeah, so he's also part to have allowed it to go. Then what's if everybody say, well, just MD. MD means that minister means that put in place proper systems. So if your systems are porous and your subordinates are recycling claims, so I'm interested in the 4.1 billion. That one, it kicked us like, the various figures.
It's actually 4.4 billion. The 4.4 payments resubmitted.
Very good.
Claims paid twice.
Yes, because you see the figures you presented small, they look small. This is the aggregate figure. We had already paid 4.4 billion. And these ones were submitted. So they were going to take this free, stealing. And you said the minister, so you said because you are MD, if the systems are poor, it's not my fault. It's the finance manager.
I didn't say that. I'm saying that identify the people who are.
Yes, so we are.
For nothing at all, if the MD compromise a position, he could be also cited for
even without compromise. You are in charge of the system. Ultimate responsibility. So if your system is poor and you are superintending over it, you will also come down with them. Come down, because Ghana will like doing. That's why I said Auditor General must go, head of the internal audit agencies go. Then those ones we quickly know them. The ones we know. Then after the
for all you know, even the institutional head may have reported public servants.
Please hold on.
Where are they? We don't have evidence of that. So we are talking about what we have evidence of. Then you come, the various chief directors. Yes, the payments go through there. Okay, a lot of them, I think they've been replaced because they are under the NPP regime, right? True. But beneath them, the technocrats who passed this, right? The consultants. So if you were a consultant to a project involved in this 4.4 billion, they brought claims that had already been paid, and a consultant okayed it. All those consultants, we will blacklist them because they are part. These consultants are they are part. It's a criminal enterprise. with, you know, all manner of, you know, actors and experts. It's not just a contractor doesn't get up and present anything. You remember this case that I presented? We went to Tamale to do this Northern Development Authority case.
Yeah.
Yes, that's part of it. That's part of it. You see a claim for 5 cedis, then it will be hijacked to several millions of cedis, right? And now you see that. So it took extra effort. I saw it and then presented to the OSP and then pushed. You see, then they went to court and now you see the people are before court. So that's why I said earlier that as Ghanaians, they say the meaning of our name, Ghanaians, you are a warrior, you are a king. Is that how we are behaving? We are all seeking, if you look, we are all seeking to join the loot. In actual fact, it's because the thieves are more than the good people. That's why the system is like this. Let's speak truthfully. When you try to do it straight and narrow, no, when they are sharing money, they won't call you. Because they say, oh, this guy there, he'll come and spoil. And don't call him. So they will gather the thieves are more than the good people. So that's why the system is this fact. I mean, messed up like that.
No, even in support, the thieves go unpunished.
Yes, that's impunity. So we are saying that when Domlevo, in 2017, Domlevo did such an audit and disallowed 5.4 billion. I'm just reading one of his interviews here. And he said nothing happened to those people. So there is impunity. When NDC, we booted out NDC in 2016. NPP came in 2017. Domlevo did such an audit and discovered 5.4 billion. And I like the analysis Tia Kabiru did, MP. Is it Walwale? Yeah, Dr. Tia Kabiru. He said, look, the 5.4 billion that was disallowed in 2017-2018 was out of 13 billion. So by his mathematics, that was about 50% of the claims. Yes, you see Tia Kabiru on the floor of Parliament. That 13 billion was presented. In this case, 68 point something billion was presented, right? And we rejected, you know,
about 8.1.
So he says that this one is 11%. That's how he did it. But when it comes to the 2017 one, 13 point something billion was submitted and 5.4 was disallowed by Domlevo Auditor General at the time. So he said that's about 50%, right? Even if it's not 50, at least 40. So it tells you that this skill, this thing by Kufito to your people, no, it's bad. So the bad.
Your people meaning who?
It was the NPP that was in charge.
You see, but you are spoiling the case yourself.
Yes.
You just,
once you start that,
you just did a great exercise.
Yes, by saying the percentage.
No, people, wait. You just did a great exercise by narrating how these schemes are orchestrated.
Yeah.
Essentially, these are schemes formed by a syndicate. Because these things don't just happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are syndicates. Many have stayed for several years.
Yes.
So when new people come, they rope you in. It's either you come in.
Yes,
or you
I
go
mean,
out.
you couldn't break the syndicate.
No, but the point is,
that's how we brought you in.
Pebu, the point is, various political parties have struggled to break the syndicate.
Yes.
Largely because of even our cultural sentiment, the way our society is structured. It makes it very difficult. So when we are discussing these issues and you politicize it, as Honorable Andy has sort of cautioned against, we will come back to square one. Because guess what? Guess what? People, you'll be surprised that in 4 years' time, all the ills you are illustrating will repeat themselves.
But I even mentioned the 2016
exactly,
one.
Exactly. So my point is this.
Also suffering
Alfred, first of all.
Okay.
First
Hold
of
on
all.
the point.
Okay.
People, and conclude.
Okay.
You say we should put faces to
Yes.
these
Yes.
and prosecute them.
Absolutely. Even if not prosecute, recover. Anyway, no, so this one, sorry, these ones were stopped. So let's put out the names and then let's see exactly how the schemes were done. So those that can be prosecuted will prosecute for attempt. Because when you present, that's an attempt. The fact that it's not been paid doesn't mean that it's not a crime.
It's always a criminal money.
Yes, so some will be
let's find
conspiracy, some will be attempt, okay, etc. So let's see the specifics of each case. But the key thing we should not forget, this, especially the category of the 4.4 billion, as for them, no. We should start from that place.
This one.
Yeah, we should start from that place. Because it's already been paid. And then you take the same documents and go and resubmit.
Okay, thank you.
But people,
Kofi,
that one.
This is the 4.4 billion we're talking about. The duplicate payments that's recycled, resubmitted for that matter. It's something that if you look at what happened in 2017 as well, this component was there.
Yes.
Matter of fact.
Yes. So that one is why we should all know that there is a syndicate. Because payments go through processes. And they have rigorous processes. Trust me. You have to submit a memo. You have to attach all the relevant documents. And they assign code
some of them
and
must be
references.
certified.
Exactly. So on what basis was a payment repaid or paid twice? It must be deliberate.
Or resubmitted twice.
It's not been paid yet.
No,
They've
but it says- no, no, it says-
so that would be a wrong.
Maybe that's an error.
So these ones were about to be paid. Then Atuforsen said, no, let's do a special audit.
Okay. Then you may want to change because here
presented twice. will be
presented
best.
twice. Okay.
That's the resubmission.
Before they will be presented, it will have been certified by professionals.
Exactly, they're consultants.
So consultants.
Those consultants, they are part of the
But Alfred,
scheme.
first of all, on this subject, first of all, I'm strongly against any form of corruption. Because, I mean, if you look at how far we've come as a nation.
But this is not corruption. This is stealing.
Okay, well,
Yeah, add it. It's all,
We
add
can't-
corruption
we
and
can't-
stealing, all everything.
you want it to be very blatant and obvious. I get it. But ultimately, all of them culminate into corruption. If we can reduce corruption by even 30%, I think we'll see a great degree of improvement in our lives, being it healthcare, being it road, being it whatever. Yesterday, I went to Dodowa, and you know they are reconstructing the Dodowa to Adenta stretch.
Yes.
And you could see that the road has been paved before. But when you see the layer of bitumen on the surface, and you look at the bitumen thickness against the surface itself, you realize it's a clear case of corruption. A clear case, because you see, it's just asphalt laying on sand. Literally. Asphalt laying on sand. The red sand. So it tells you that poor pre-work went into the exercise. But why would poor pre-work go into the exercise? Because monies were stolen. Monies were shared. The contract perhaps was X amount. Before the contractor goes to site, a percentage has been shared between a group of people. But so I'm strongly against any form of corruption, and I'm all for sunlight on these cases. I have no issues. But first of all, Alfred, is this the Auditor General's report, or this is the Deputy Finance statement on the floor of Parliament? What you are referencing?
He read this reflecting the report of the Auditor General.
Exactly.
He was quite clear in his words.
No problem. We have statutory Auditor General reports, which they do every year. And then, of course, a ministry may request the Auditor General to do an ad hoc or supplementary report for them. This is one of them, an ad hoc report requested by the Honorable Finance Minister that we want to look into arrears payments and see the validity of them.
True.
No problem. Fantastic exercise. But the report has been done. As of Thursday, I saw a video of the speaker, the second deputy speaker, or I think the first deputy speaker rather, admitting in Parliament that as of the time the minister was reading the statement, they have not seen a copy of the actual Auditor General's report. They've not seen it. It's not been submitted to Parliament. So Atuforsen received the report, or we are supposed to believe that Atuforsen has received the report. Then Atuforsen takes the report and does a statement out of the report. Which statement we are currently discussing. So the question is, why can't the ministry and the Auditor General submit the report for all of us to interrogate?
But this is why this is going to be a subject of a probe in Parliament. Right, from what
No. It can't be a statement.
You have to file the report. You have to file the report first.
You have to file the report
in Parliament.
So is that to say that after this presentation by the Finance Minister, if there's going to be some sort of a probe by Parliament, they will not do it on the basis of this.
Here's the danger.
report is
Here's the
going to have to be
danger
made available.
Honorable Andy was cautioning against. what the deputy finance minister did on behalf of his boss was to politicize the whole exercise even before we get the opportunity to interrogate the document.
That's how you see it?
Of course, but what else? Because you take a document, why don't you submit it for people to see it, Kofi Tonto to see it, the minority to see it, and then we all interrogate the report. You take the report.
Okay, abusuya we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway ne so lawyer Martin Pebu na yete ne nka se odisa ensem no etudwa e de amaya o kire se auditor general eni kwan se odi obia dinsi ombobodi no na yenko yenim na Ghana ni bia enhu se sa honorable we oye kromfo yebeda mase samoje pene kokoti sa ensem we edemai aha gossip politics TV so unsubscribe ya subscribe na hit on the notification bell so na be any update be drop no onso wonsa ebetumi akabi medamase